California Attorney General Xavier Becerra is trying to dismiss a lawsuit filed against that state by the Trump administration. The administration wants to block California's sanctuary state laws. Joining us now, Troy Edgar, mayor of Los Alamitos. Troy, your city, of course, is siding with President Trump and the Trump administration in this fight. What do you make of the latest move from the California AG's office?
Yeah, good morning there. We've been expecting this type of action. We're waiting on two actions: this action against the U.S. and potentially an action against our city. So I wasn't surprised, but it's interesting in his focus that what he's been looking at is saying that from his perspective, he's still operating within the confines of the Constitution. Within the 10th Amendment, he feels that he has the jurisdiction to be able to govern by in the state of California. Within Los Alamitos, the hard part for us is that, he isn't speaking for the entire state of California. As a charter city in the state of California, we have express powers as a charter city to basically have the direction and priority of our police department. And if we follow the U.S. Constitution, that should be something within our choice.
And overall, even irrespective of your specific case in this whole thing, does California, does the AG there and the governor miss, and you brought up the Constitution, the separation of powers, and what power does the executive branch have with respect to our immigration policies?
No, I don't think they understand that. That's really what's been at the crux of this within the state is, Governor Brown and Becerra both feel that they are in complete control of that situation and really putting our residents at risk and our county at risk. And, this is just another action. He'll go through the procedural action to dismiss, and then this will eventually be heard in June. So we don't really think that the court is going to consider this.
Yeah, it's really amazing, and it's, actually, to be quite frank with you, it's been remarkably shocking in a good way, I think, for the rest of the nation to see cities like yours rise up and revolt against the massive power of California, and also the overarching belief that everyone in California felt this way. It's sort of refreshing to understand that there are people inside the state who see the fallacy with this sort of red carpet treatment and sort of enticing or even seducing illegal immigration.
Yeah, what's hard is that at the city council level, you're bipartisan. You've got to get stuff done, but you're really connected to the residents and what's going on in the state. And again, I think what you're starting to see, we have over 35 cities now within the state of California. 3 counties have taken action that are really, trying to send a message back to California. I mean, I'm to the point where I'm going outside the state to try and look for other partners, maybe other governors of other states to try and help us, because I feel like as a city within the state of California, we have no one looking out for us.
Let's talk, well, you do have, these are large counties, by the way, right? I think the second and third largest counties have pushed back against this. It's going to be perhaps a long, arduous journey if this were to help. Are you getting any support from the federal government? Or should I say the White House?
Yeah, last week we actually sent direct letters to the Attorney General and President Trump as the administration, just basically asking for direct and indirect support. But, I think that some of the tweets that the President has sent out to say, hey, look, we're Orange County, we're behind you. Again, it's pretty bad when, as a resident of the state of California, you got to depend on tweets to kind of think that somebody's out there looking out for you. So, I just hope that Attorney General Sessions continues to press with the state's case, and appreciate the administration getting behind him. And again, as the only city that took action on an ordinance, any support that we can get within our city would be appreciated.
All right, Mayor Troy Edgar, thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.